Welcome to Omni Rewatch, the season finale. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm joined by my amazing Omni host, ShadeX, Kai, and Berg.
That's
Dude,
Professor Berg to you, good sir.
Professor Berg, yes. Season finale. Also, if you guys are watching this, we also have a little animatic new intro for the channel, for the podcast, and for the channel, made by the amazing SHAMART. I think that's his name. But his link will be down below. You guys go follow him on Twitter. Amazing animator and artist. So go give that a link. Today's episode. Oh, it's a good one. It's better than the last one, even though we've been gone for a while. It's better than the last one. Berg, can you read the description?
You got it. Alright, so this one is episode 13, The Secrets. With his wounds finally healed, Bill gets to decide to personally treat the Omnitrix. He contacts Bennett in a dream, which worries Max. Ben ignores Max's warning not to use the Omnitrix and flies up to Rapid City, which is in South Dakota, for those who actually give a shit, where Vilgax captures Ben and brings him aboard his spaceship. Max retrieves weapons from a secret base in Mount Rushmore, and he and Gwen free Ben, but are then held hostage. Bill reveals that he has activated. Max reveals he's activated the ship's self-destruct, and the three escape, leaving Vilgax on the ship as it explodes.
Yeah, no, it's so weird because especially the episode is so simple, yet this whole episode is anything but in a good way.
Yeah, because the episode says secret, but like the secrets are not really revealed. I mean, until like the season 2, episode 1 episode. So, you know, what you were gonna say, Shade?
I mean, it's kind of revealed, but not fully revealed.
Yeah, I guess you can still call it secret. I mean, because we get the reveal that Grandpa Max knows Vilgax. Maybe they know each other from the gym. Who knows? Because Vilgax is swole.
No, Vilgax got them fucking gained, bro.
Dude, I think original series Vilgax is my favorite design, and then whatever it did to him in fucking Alien Force, it kind of fucked his character.
They gave him lips. Why?
Now they gave him that. No, for real. Again, we keep talking about this, but it's like when the first episode when Vilgax first appeared, he was so unrecognizable to us because I'm like, wait a minute, he looks skinnier. And the thing is, I'm so used to seeing the female of the species that I'm like, oh, that's actually legitimate. Oh, that's actual Vilgax. Oh,
I was more just amazed on how fucking menacing they made him, because the rest of the series, low-key, they don't treat him completely as a joke, not until Omniverse. But for most of the series after OS, he's kind of just a low-tier villain. He's just oh, he's there.
Yeah,
because he is legit. I think it's it's the same shit we had with issue with Zambozo a couple episodes earlier, where it's bro just comes up as threatening. He's just he's able to command certain power. It's he gives Ben a run for his money, and it's just and then it's just oh, later on it's we don't really get two shits about him anymore. Fuck him.
As
a major
antagonist, Vilgax is fucking threatening as fuck, man.
Oh no, he is. He just does not. He just commands that presence. He's just and Steve Bloom's voices of just I'm going to actually kill this little shit. It's so amazing.
Oh yeah, doesn't Steve Bloom also voice Heat Blast?
Yeah, and I said that I said that in the episode where it's just basically Steve Bloom just talking to himself when he first meets Ben.
It's just Steve Bloom doing double duty, which you know what? Not surprising, because it's probably one of the tricks for voice actors, pulling two voices at once, and that's actually a really good skill.
Everyone's always freaking out about, oh, Rick and Morty had the same voice actor. Nah, look at Vilgax and Heat Blast.
Vilgax, I know it's off we're still talking about Ben 10, but Heat Blast is in the reboot's voiced by one of the Spy Kids, the boy.
Is he
also
really?
Yeah, voiced by. He also voices Generator Rex too.
Oh no way! Okay then.
Yeah.
Glad he's finding work.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, the episode was good. I did like the fact that we learned. I can't even say much. We learned a little bit about like Grandpa Max's like backstory as he, Ben, he says, Vilgax, and that's the first time I think we've heard the name in the show, but at least when Grandpa Max says it. So I'm kind of glad about that. Also, the Washington Monument. That was like the focal point of like the episode.
my dude, that's not the Washington Monument. That's Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, as
Yes.
Berg is correcting me. Yeah, that's the focal point of the episode.
For the second time.
I'm so glad you have me on this fucking podcast. I swear to God, if people are gonna be like in the comments just correcting you on that one.
Mount Rushmore.
Yes. The Washington Monument is that giant pointy thing in Washington D.C. That's basically Grant. Then this is why the professor's fucking here. Okay, so this is Mount Rushmore, and this. Oh God, I hate. I'm just here now, and this right here is the Washington Monument. Which is actually a Washington. Which is
you pick the gif of them detaching themselves off the fucking monument, hanging off each chair.
Bro, the gifts of the Washington Monument is highly. Oh my God, it's actually worked out perfectly.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's so funny.
Hey, that's the thing for Spider-Man.
But I do enjoy that I did like the plumber base was in the, we get that little reveal, but dude, the plumber base looks so fucking barren. It does not look. I could have sworn maybe like in the future the plumber base looks they redesign it and make it a little bit more plumbery.
Yeah, there's a Omniverse episode on it.
Yeah, it looks
I'm
so
guessing
barren.
that's just a storage room, so that's why it's not that bad. Because like storage rooms don't really need that much to them. Because it was just like a whole room with boxes, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the one on the space station was a little cooler. They're all in like see-through cases.
Yeah. What you guys think about like Grandpa Max and Gwen in this episode? I'm starting with Shade.
Honestly, sorry. Let's start.
Yeah.
Shade
starting with Shay, yo. What are actual thoughts on this episode, Shade?
It's a good episode. It goes by fast, but it's action packed. It's a good story. Great first proper appearance of Vilgax interacting with Ben.
Yeah, and that Heat Blast fight was pretty cool. So yeah, no, I agree with that one. Kai.
I liked it. It's a good episode. It's really memorable in terms of just everything that happened. Vilgax's introduction is good. Oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna make a joke and be like, he's gonna get the seal of Kai approval.
What's our rating system again? Is it by 5?
One out of 5
This
until
gets
season 2.
Solid.
No, wait, no, we're not rating it. We're not rating it now. We're not rating.
I don't care. I'm just pre-announcing it. Might change depending on how, like, if you guys convince me. But right now it's at 4.7.
Okay, word. What about you, Bert?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this episode and all the Grandpa Max goodness in this?
Honestly, as an episode, I think it was a very solid season finale, especially like finally because Vilgax has been built up since the very beginning. The payoff was actually good. The various fight scenes, the fact that their interactions, the fact that we get to see more about Grandpa Max's past, and how it's like I love the scene where it's like Ben, why you can't fight Vilgax, Ben. It's like, oh fuck, do you know his name? It's like Like, what are you not telling us, Grandpa?
Are you cheating on Grandma again?
No, I made a joke. It's like Bill Gax. The reason why Bill Gax is after Max because it's like he fucked his girlfriend.
I wouldn't put it past Grandpa Max, bro. I think we've all fucking seen him in this fucking season. Fucking kick ass, bro.
Zaddy Max definitely was He was definitely kicking that ass, bro. I'm like, dude. Amazing right there. So definitely a good episode. As for, I think someone mentioned what was Gwen doing. Gwen, I think she was just there for the ride, like literally and figuratively.
Yeah, I don't think I can say anything about Gwen. I think Grandpa Max is the only. I think Grandpa Max pulling out the Glocks sets the tone for the episode. It's like, okay, Ben, time enough. Get serious. We gotta fucking kill this creature.
It's like that means like I think we gotta kill this guy, Ben. Damn.
Grandpa Max, the Glock. Why are you pulling it out?
Ben, I've seen.
Grandpa Max was trying to kill Bill Gax in this episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, can you blame him though? Like that, I realize that's the thing about Benson. Like that's the thing about Benson. I realize later in the series.
Later in the series, they don't even think to like try to kill him because like literally they have a prison transport episode, and I'm like, Grandpa Max, right? I thought you were gonna give this guy the death sentence, dude. You're a commander now. You have the power to do so.
Yeah, bro. It's like give him the death. Like we sentence you to death. It's like that's basically. It's like you're going to prison. I'm like, I can break out, right?
Like I know.
If I was Grandpa Max, the moment that fucker lays a hand on my grandkid, I fucking killed him. And you know what? He put a bomb. He put the self detonation on the ship and fucking blew that motherfucker away. So great job.
The only reason Vilgax is still alive is due to plot convenience.
Plot armor.
But I mean, to be fair, like, I don't think an explosion would have killed him anyway. He would have always come. Vilgax always comes back, bro. He's like a FNAF character. Always comes back.
You know what? I don't even know how to respond to that.
I don't know how to respond to that. Oh my god. I also like the mix of like alien transformations. I think Ben pretty much turns into pretty much every alien, all the 10 aliens, but I think when we were talking about it, we can't really count like randomized aliens because unless they're doing anything actiony, but because some of them do action stuff, it's a bit tricky. So how I'm gonna do this when we're rating the aliens, which we're gonna do now, like alien MVPs, out of the 10 aliens that appeared in this episode, which 3 of them, or 2, whatever you want, were your favorite? Like, which one were your favorite? Which one had the standout moments? We're gonna start with Shade.
The standout moments, aliens.
From the aliens in this episode, because Ben had like 10, switched to 10 aliens randomly, and they all did something, I guess.
I guess.
Except one.
Except for one, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rip Jaws. Cough, cough, cough.
Fucking Rip Jaws. Check out my video.
But yeah, I'd say Upgrade. I liked how Upgrade took over the drones, the little robots.
I love that scene, dude. I like when Upgrade just takes over shit.
That was really cool. And Heat Blast. Stinkfly was alright early in the episode, but yeah, Heat Blast was definitely the standout, I'd say.
Heat Blast for sure. I give it to Heat Blast. I really like the scene where like all the robots are gathering around him, and he just fucking kills all of them, and you get this rotating shot of him killing all the bad guys. That's such a good shot right there, bro.
No, definitely credits to the animator who did that sequence. Whoever it was, I think that was definitely well done.
That is such a good shot, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah. What about you, Kai? What alien do you think deserves the MVP of this episode?
Honestly, he blasted. He's the standout in this.
Damn, it's like,
We literally start the episode basically with Heat Blast having a fight scene, and it ends with him like being in a fight scene too. So it's pretty good. Also, just the move where he like digs his hands into the ground and just melts the road is sick, and I kind of wish he did that again.
tar melting. Yeah, that's such a great fucking move, bro. There's a lot, dude. That would be so useful in combat, bro.
Heat Blast has like a lot of one-off abilities, and I feel like they struggle between choosing if he's a flamethrower or if he like simply heats things up. Because like sometimes he melts metals and sometimes he cuts them. He literally did that in this episode.
Dude, they just went all in with fucking Heat Blast, bro. Like that scene where he's on the ship, it's about to explode, and he just fucking Ben transforms and runs, and he just like you get to see like the little process of like him transforming to Heat Blast. It's like it does give me Omniverse vibes, as you I think said, Kai. Like I like how he just mid transforms, jumps out, and then he's fucking Heat Blast in the fucking sky going that it. Honestly, they really went crazy with fucking Heat Blast in this episode. So yeah.
They really did.
What about you, Berg?
Honestly, I would have to say it was Ripjaws. He definitely deserved his time as the MVP. Especially with...
Oh, Berg, you son of a bitch! I'm killing you.
I see. I knew. Yeah, you got. I knew. I can joke every once in a while, but no. But seriously,
This fucker almost fucking choked to death on a fucking.
Dude. But all seriousness, no. It's like I have to definitely. I'm definitely saying the obvious here. It's definitely Heat Blast, so I will give some credit to Upgrade as well. But definitely Heat Blast definitely had a bit more moments. He had the more fight scenes with Vilgax. And plus, they were just probably doing it because it was like, I bet you Steve Bloom, which was like, dude, I just want to, can I just have like extra time for this one? Like, I just want to do this. But overall, it just worked. And I would definitely say Heat Blast is definitely the number one alien of this episode.
Yeah, I agree. Heat Blast is the MVP for this episode. We also got a glimpse of aliens like Diamond Head. We got Upgrade. We got Gray Matter. Each alien did its own thing, and I really like the Watch, because in every series, the Watch, I don't think Alien Force, because I mean, you probably know this, Kai, the Watch doesn't really randomize all too much. Am I wrong?
I'm trying to think. Honestly, 3 times I can think of. This being one of them. The randomizer function, and part of me wants to say Primus, but I'm not sure. I'd have to double check.
Because the randomizer function, like it's only in this series and then Omniverse, because they play around with that function a lot in Omniverse and the original series, and I do enjoy just Ben 10 just transforming from alien to alien to alien. I really like that. It's just I just like the animation in that. As we said in the top of the podcast, I think there's only a few secrets that were revealed, but I think season 2, episode 1 is where like Max officially reveals that he is a plumber, because he didn't say he was a plumber in this, did he? At all?
No, he didn't.
Basically just
no,
went, like, I'm not a normal plumber.
Yeah, he said that.
Which is like the biggest shading I've ever seen.
Okay, because he put out his Glock and said, "I'm not no normal plumber." Okay, but
so this whole time Ben thought, oh, he fixes pipes.
No, I bet he does fix pipes. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
Like he helps unclog toilets.
He's fixing so many pipes, Jade. Oh my god. Dude. Grandpa Max is such a badass in this episode. We can go on and on about why Grandpa Max is so cool in this episode.
I just find it funny he knew Vilgax's name.
I knew that fucker from the gym. That's right. That fucker stole my bitch.
No. It's the other way around. It's Max who stole Vilgax's bitch.
Did that happen?
No.
I don't think it did, but that's my headcanon.
Yeah,
Wait,
nah, that's my headcanon too. I agree with
Vilgax,
this.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's why
Vilgax
that's
has
a
a
good
sister.
headcanon.
Vilgax has a sister, so I mean, Grandpa
Fuck
Max
my
probably Grandpa Max tapping Vilgax's sister. That's why he's so angry. Oh man. But yeah,
that would be
before
funny.
we get to the rating, you know, this is the finale of season 1 of the Omni Rewatch podcast. Don't worry, we're coming back for season 2. Thank you guys for sticking around with me and my Omni host. I know it's weird. There were a lot of uploads on the channel, like podcasts. There were like each day there were new podcasts being uploaded to the channel, and that's because we want to make sure that when we record new episodes, like right now, that we have an audience. And surprisingly, my plan worked. We actually do have an audience listening to this podcast now.
Hello,
Excellent.
audience.
But hello audience. So yeah, for the catch and sweep, we actually had it on. We had this podcast originally on a different channel, but some things happened, and one of the reasons we were offline because Ramen here was trying to get that second channel up and running. So
Yep.
for those who are returning here, welcome back. Sorry it took so long. There was just some things that needed to be done.
Yep. A lot of technical stuff and a lot of mental health stuff. Like know your limits, people. Just like Ben, know your limits and take breaks when you need to, because trust me,
Actually,
they're
dog.
good. Yeah.
You come on, go.
Know your limits, guy.
It's like, know your limits, girl.
As the Gordon Ramsay. I mean, fucking Simon Cowell of this podcast.
How am I the Simon Cowell?
You know.
Okay, just because I'm selective with my ratings. Even this one's this one's a pretty damn good episode, but still not a full 5.
Wow. Okay.
There are episodes that will get a 5. It's just this ain't one of them.
I bet it's an episode that we hate, but that you like, and then you give it a 5, and then we all get angry at you and we beat you up.
Watch, it's gonna be the Christmas episode.
Dude, I don't know how to feel because I've not seen the Christmas episode in God knows how long. So either I feel like I'm either gonna love it or I'm gonna hate it.
It's fine. You'll be alright. We'll be okay.
Speaking of Kaianimation, let's rate this episode 1 out of 5 Omni tricks, starting with Shade.
I'd say 5. It's a really fun episode. It's a big penultimate episode in that it sets like it introduces it like shows how big a threat Vilgax is, and is a great introduction. Like he's finally on Earth, and seeing all 10 aliens in this episode was cool. Like,
Yeah, I agree with that one. That's that was awesome to look at. What about you, Kai? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me read my cue card. Simon Cowell. What about you?
Come on.
No, Kai. Sorry. I'm sorry for making sure. What about you?
It gets 4.7.
You know what? Not a bad rating.
There's so much to love about this episode, but I like it when stories take their time, and I get it. It's a TV show. You gotta work with the time you have, but that ending, man, it didn't feel satisfying enough.
It was abrupt.
Like, and I could have sworn there was more. Like, I have vivid memories of this episode continuing, but there's just nothing. But it's a good episode. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's great. We get to see Heat Blast at his coolest. That is probably one of the coolest fight scenes in Ben 10. Period. Because Ben 10's not really. I wouldn't say it's known for its fight scenes. Like, in terms of just nobody can really pick out a favorite. But if I had to pick one out, this would be one of them.
Agree. Also, Kai, if you were with us at the top of the beginning of the first episode, like the beginning of the show, there were very abrupt endings to each episode, and we thought it stopped midway, and it kind of stopped where the endings were actually very conclusive. I don't know why they didn't make this episode longer, because I have vivid memories of it going a little longer too. I don't know why.
Like it's just our brain trying to fill in the gap in like an actually good conclusion. Because this one, I really liked the way it ended at first, but I thought it would go on for longer. Because just seeing Ben basically crash land and be in this cool as fuck pose, it just makes just the way he was looking along with the posing makes it just. I am the look on his face. It makes it feel like he learned something, like where he's just like, damn. This is more dangerous than I thought it would be. Like, it gave that kind of vibe where it's finally hitting him what the Omnitrix being on him really means right now. And it means not only is he got to do what he got to do to help people, but he's also going to be targeted even more.
He has to protect his family and Grandpa Max and Gwen.
Yeah, like, I feel like he just should have had it like some sort of talking ending like that where he's like, This is a lot, but I need you guys to help me.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be real with you. I think this episode at the end should have just ended with Grandpa Max's like shedding some wisdom, because I really just, you know what? Well, I'll let Berg give his rating, and then I'll continue talking from my point. But Berg, what do you rate this?
Honestly, I would give it a 5, but I do understand. But I would definitely agree with a lot of Kai's points, though. Like so. Basically, yeah, this episode, very good season finale, but at the same time, there is a lot of hiccups here that I think really, like, that does take it down a bit notch. So, like, especially that abrupt ending, like, that was just, like, it just felt so weird. Like, it was Ben's last was like, Grandpa, we need to talk, and I'm like, it just ends. I was like, really? And I get it. This was like late 2000s, this is like mid-late 2000s, television, so again they still had a bit of limitations compared to what they can do nowadays, but still it was just something. But I was able to ignore all of the faults and enjoy it for what it was.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
Do you think they were because doesn't like Cartoon Network have like a thing where you can only go to a certain time for like a show, and I'm assuming commercials play into that. I think this is one of the times where I feel like they were trying to cram as much into it, like with Max revealing stuff, but they're like, I think we need to focus on the Vilgax stuff and the fight, and then put it and make that its own episode. So
basically make it a two-parter.
Make it a two-parter, but like it's funny because the two-parters. But it's funny because here's the thing, we have access to these shows because of streaming, but imagine you're a kid back then and you're like waiting for season 2 to come out, and then you're like, man, what is Grandpa Max going to reveal? It's just, if I was a kid back then and I had to wait for season 2 and I was given this ending, I'd be a little disappointed, but I'm like, at least I got a good fight out of it. So I'm going to really give it a 4. I really like the animation, I like the fight scenes and all that, but just that ending and that ending, I feel like it should have just ended with Grandpa Max shedding some wisdom, talking to Ben a little bit, and then the episode should have ended. It's just weird how it ended to me, so it kind of brings it down to like a 4 when I had it on a 5. It's the ending. Everything else is good, and then I'm like, I feel like there needs to be more to this ending.
Oh my god, I don't have the lowest score for once. On God,
I know.
Simon Cowell now.
I almost forgot about the ending until you brought it up, Kai. And I'm like, oh yeah, the abrupt ending, because we haven't had abrupt endings since maybe like the 3rd fucking episode of fucking Ben 10. So like, but this one just really is not a good abrupt ending. It's just really weird. But like, you guys get my point. Like, imagine if you were like a kid and you were like watching this and you're like waiting for season 2. Would you guys be like disappointed about like this like ending like that without any like actual like feeling like, oh, I guess it concluded? Like, would you guys feel, how would you feel if you were watching this as a kid?
Kid me, you know, like that one scene from Toy Story 2 when it's like, and meet us next time on Woody's Roundup.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, no, where's the next episode? That would have been me as a kid.
I think that would feel the same way.
Yeah, that's how I would. But also, like when I started watching Ben 10, I was watching it like I was bouncing between Alien Force and this. So like I think that probably helped me with my transition. Like I didn't have a problem because I'm like, oh well, it's fine. He's a teenager now.
Yeah.
For me, I was watching this when it first came out, so definitely I was one of those kids like, damn, what happens next? But I think when I look back and I looked at the scheduling, and so basically the season 2 actually came out a couple of months after this one, so
Okay.
that wasn't too much of a wait.
That's not a bad away. You got like other shows on there. Like I'm seeing Chowder was airing and some other cartoons were airing.
Yeah.
Maybe?
And now Chowder came out like 2007. This came out 2006.
Oh
so it was a little
yeah,
bit-
yeah.
I guess
So-
if you're back then, there was other cartoons airing. Foster's Home, maybe.
No, definitely. Like Sakuna, I was watching Kone's Kid Next Door, Camp Laszlo. I was watching, let's see, Your Grim Adventures of Brilliant Mandy. Also, Toonami was still in its peak at the time, so I was watching a lot of the anime stuff there. So, honestly, that's the reason why I used to love Cartoon Network back in the day, because it was like, there was so much to watch. Like, there was so much variety that it can keep you occupied for the longest time. Like I said, they had Teen Titans, they had Justice League. So there was there was that kind of itch where if I had that action itch, I could just go to Cartoon Network and it would definitely have something there.
Yeah.
So honestly,
yeah.
I'm not too angry about it. I think that's the reason why I'm not too angry, because I do remember saying I wanted to see the next episode, but again, it came out a lot sooner than expected, and there was other shows to sustain me, so it's all good.
I say if it was Cartoon Network now, the way it
definitely.
is now, because when new shows come out and like they're doing a storyline thing, there's not enough content on their channel as of now to really be like, okay, well maybe this show's to subside my weight. Cartoon Network doesn't have any variety as it once back then. So just if this Ben 10 were airing right now, and especially this episode, I honestly would be very impatient, because the only thing that airs on Cartoon Network as of now is fucking Teen Titans Go, and that's no offense, that show is great, but like
What? No.
I watch Cartoon Network. It's changed. Like Teen Titans Go does air, but it's not as often.
Yeah,
like
a lot of
I saw Looney Tunes. I saw
Amazing World, Gumball. They it's
they
like
have variety, man.
It's just that it's mostly just okay. So last time I checked, it was just that they were playing. It was just basically playing a bunch of reruns with occasional stuff here and there. But
They're still airing regular show too.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, a lot of Cartoon Network just re-airs a lot of their popular stuff every now and then. Mainly because I feel like they did realize that they were airing too much Teen Titans Go. There was a good period where nothing but Teen Titans Go.
They stopped
I think
but now they're good. I don't know.
I think
it's in like a weird space right now.
I think because here's the thing, because to compare it to Nickelodeon, so Nickelodeon will constantly air SpongeBob, and it will and it will just definitely do that. It will definitely air SpongeBob, and it has no shame in doing that. It will just do that. It will overshadow everything else. Whereas I think and I remember this back in the day, Teen Titans Go was actually very popular. It was, like I said, I knew a lot of little kids in my family who liked it, and I think plus it was definitely very cheap to make. But the problem, and I mentioned this before. Okay, so one of my earlier videos, I did talk about Cartoon Network. It's gone from the space now, but I definitely said in that video, I one time said eventually those kids are going to grow up and move on to something else.
Yeah,
and I was right, because here's the thing with SpongeBob. SpongeBob is definitely more of all ages. You could still have, like, despite its issues, Teen Titans Go, I still find it entertaining, but it's definitely more to turn to a more younger demographic. So, like I said, those kids fell out, ratings dropped, and they realized, fuck it, maybe we should start moving to something else. I don't think Cartoon Network's ever going to go back to its glory days. It's like, especially with how Warner Brothers is currently right now, I don't think it's going to happen for a long time. So, and especially with the constellation of cable, like, and all that kind of stuff, I feel like it's going to be a while before they truly figure out what to do from there.
Yeah. Also, it's just the channels are kind of So they have two channels going. They got one that plays Cartoon Network all the time, and then one that switches to Adult Swim at night, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But they're definitely stretching themselves too thin in terms of they tried to do Cartoonito. That's kind of going on. I woke up. Okay, so I don't have cable, but I do like get to watch it mainly at friend's house and also when I'm on vacation. So the time I was in California.
Mm-hmm.
No, when I was in California, I intentionally woke up really early just so that I could watch Cartoonito. Because I wanted to see. I was like, okay, this is their new thing. I want to see what it's about. But the thing is that it's not like on all the time. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's just it doesn't make much sense to me. Like, I get it, you guys are trying to go for the younger demographic, but why not just buy another channel?
I think it's because they were. I guess that's the thing with Cartoon Network, because the thing is they've tried this like preschool airing before. I remember like back in the day there was this thing called Tickle You, and they tried doing it and it failed. And the thing is, sadly, Cartoon Network isn't known for a preschool demographic because again, you have Nick Jr. for that, and I think they Disney Jr. as they called now.
Yeah, Disney Jr.
Yeah, so they definitely got that more preschool market there. So it's basically. I think they should just work what they can work what they have. Like, don't try to.
I want them to go back to their edgy era.
Same, dude. That's the reason.
Like, dude, I get it. It's probably nostalgia.
Yeah,
I get that.
I want to bring it back to. I want to bring us back to Ben 10 before we end it here. I think no. I'm literally gonna add to what you guys are talking about. But like, yeah, I didn't mean it in that way, but like I'm saying like I do miss the glory days of like when Cartoon Network Cartoon Network had, even Cartoon Network now has already, but it's in a way where like it almost does seem like they're doing too much when if anything they could easily just make another channel if anything and just port it there. But like I do miss the days of like every Friday nights they have this there. They have their they have Thursday nights. And then they have Friday nights. Thursday nights will be for like little like cartoons, like maybe like Foster's, or maybe like they'll air like new episodes of Flapjack. And then Friday nights were for the boys because that's where we get all the action and like drama shows.
Damn,
so we
bro, so the boys like the girls can enjoy that shit.
Friday nights were for the no. Friday nights were for the homies and the girls. So we get like sometimes we get like maybe Total Drama, and then we get like Ben 10, and it honestly, I miss the era where on TV Friday nights were special, and that's when like Ben 10 like. That's when I think of Ben 10, I think of like Friday night. That's like the best. Late in the night, you're in bed, new episode of Ben 10 airs. You're hyped for it. That's why I love Ben 10. So, and we're gonna end the podcast on a good note. Like, I started this podcast because I love Ben 10, and there wasn't many people on there. There's channels like Ink Tank, and there's other channels like that, but for people who want to actually like listen to podcasts in audio form, like or like maybe visually watch it, because you can do both with our podcast. There wasn't a niche set. There wasn't a podcast for people who like Ben 10, who want to take this journey and like have us break down episodes of Ben 10. I like the fact that I like our dynamic, like Shade and Kai and Berg, and we're able to go on these long conversations that are intriguing and sometimes like really funny. Like, and that's what I like about this podcast. It's not just about Ben 10. We share stories. We talk about Cartoon Network. Like, at the end of the day, Omni Rewatch podcast, if you want to take away from it, it's pretty much for you guys, the fan. It's made by fans for fans at the end of the day. So, and while we come to a close with season 1 of Omni Rewatch, we want to say thank you guys for watching. We're gonna, like we always do, take a week off so I can edit this, and then once we come back the week after, we will talk about season 2, episode 1 of Ben 10. So, thank you guys for joining me. Any words you guys want to say, Shade, Kai, and Berg, before we go?
I'm really
Start
glad
first.
I've been able to rewatch Ben 10 with you all. It's interesting to rewatch for this podcast.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun rewatching. There's some like moments I've got to relive as an adult because I forgot. So it was fun. What about you,
I'm
Kai?
just happy I get to watch Ben 10 with friends. Because, like, I never got that. Whenever I would mention Ben 10 to other people, they would be like, what? Or they would be like, oh, you still watch cartoons? I'm like, fuck you.
Bro,
So
fuck
I
that
never
person.
got that. I never got that as a child. No, that's the thing. Like, they would say that. I'm like, bro, we're in third grade. Of course, I still watch cartoons.
Wait, whoa.
Um,
Third grade is prime cartoon time. What the fuck?
That's the part that my elementary and middle school they sucked because they were trying so hard to rush to be adults. Well, I'm still over here like, hey, Cartoon Network's pretty sick.
yeah,
Like I sucked with it so long.
at least Joe, I at least makes me have better idea for my third grade because at least with the homies, like despite at least with the homies, with like all the guys I knew in grade school and middle school, we all went together. We all, even though we tried to be quote unquote, we all loved cartoons. We all did. So it wasn't until high school where people started to ask the question about what, like, oh, you like cartoons? Ew, you like comic books? I'm like, it's just that bullshit, and I hate that stigma. It's like, dude, fuck that,
Yeah,
man.
like just
It's
let us
just
like what we like.
exactly. It's like who the fuck are
Same.
you, judgmental prick? And then what the
I
funny
feel like
thing is,
that's the best part of this for me though, is just being able to watch like a show that I love with other people, like with friends.
I'm glad we can provide that.
honestly, no, I'm happy. And honestly, I'll say my piece of this one. I'm actually happy I joined along. I'm gonna be honest here. I did not expect this podcast to go on for this long. To be honest, I was not expecting it, but overall, I'm happy I joined in. It was nice. It was actually gave me a chance to rewatch the original Ben 10 series, which has been God knows how many years. Like it's been I gotta say almost 2 decades at this point.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, it was a very nice experience. And to finally see yeah, this is actually good. I mean, yeah, I definitely liked it a lot. So, I'm honored to be a part of this podcast.
Yeah. And I'm glad we have you, Kai, as well as the Omni team.
Is that a team name? We're the Omni team.
We're the Omni team.
We're the Omni team. Or I have you in the sub box in this channel, Omni host.
I did?
But
Did-
yeah, you're in my channel sub box and in this channel sub box.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, with that, thank you all for joining us on this amazing journey through the Omnitrix. We'll see you for season 2 of Ben 10 and season 2 of Omni Rewatch. You stay safe, Omni heads.